Hello, Zoe and Alex. Hope you and your family are getting along well, staying safe, and enjoying each other's additional company. Of course, you're logged in for the Pointe class. We're going to follow the structure we've been doing, mainly bar work, but then trying the échappés and the relevés center after a while, and also the pose piqué side. But if you haven't already, you have your pointe shoes on, but make sure you've warmed up a little bit, just a little bit. Warm up those ankles, okay? So let's start, since the first pattern starts with our feet parallel, facing the bar. This is my bar. And I will have my back towards you for the patterns. Let's start with our feet in parallel and just review how we are to hold ourselves. So the way we stack up our body parts and hold each body part, obviously you know is very important. So in our parallel position, starting with feet, big toe, little toe heel, have contact on the floor. It's the little toes that like to misbehave sometimes, and the feet roll, more so, of course, when your foot is turned down. So make sure, even in that pointe shoe, that you are able to identify whether that little toe is making contact with the bottom of your shoe inside. So as you can see, just by the way I'm standing, that I have an incline to my body, which is how the dancer should look from the side, because our placement, which is how our weight is held, as you know, is 75% of the weight is on the balls of the feet. So we're not like this, we're like this. Thinking that the shoulders remain over the hips helps you maintain that. And again, that 75% of your weight is on the balls of your feet. Okay, so we're up to the core. Hold on. We're lifting our quads and our hammies up, 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 stretching them long. And our core, we've got our tailbone pointing straight down, and that visual of a fish hook in our belly button. Keep those abdominal muscles lifting, lifting. It's this, belly to back, quartering crack, pressing this way. Our ribs are in, tucked into a beautiful piece of luggage. Our shoulders are pressed down and gently open, okay? Right through here. Ribs in, shoulders down, and gently open. Back of the spine to the neck is long, straight, and your chin is poised. Just face a little bit. So, you know this first pattern, the step-ups, the plie, and the slow going through the shoe, rolling down. After that, we've got our shoe stretch. Make sure you're on the top of the shoe, even across the front. 4 times, and we take them first, the press, and the other side, and then we take our balance after we've kind of regrouped after the exercise, and get everything in order, and then all the way up to the platform and balance. Okay, there's our first exercise. started that too slow. Let's do that again. Take 2. Step up, feel the thighs. Plie. Straighten. Roll through the shoe. Left. Plie. Straighten. Roll through the shoe. Keep your back long. Toe bone down. Up. So when you take that plie, torso stays in place. And through the shoe. And 2 more. Keep the shoulders down. Wide hands on the bar. Last one. Feel the stretch. 2, 3. 2, 3. 4. And again. 2, 3. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4. Turn out. Watch that waistband. And close, lift, lift. Arms down. And back up. And roll up to the platform. Don't take your hands off unless you feel confident you can balance. Hold it. Hold. And come down. So remember, when you attempt to balance, it's really hit or miss whether or not you're going to get it that first time. But don't just be all over the place. Just start over. So if your hands are on the bar, you take your platform all the way up on the point shoe, and you're thinking about all the body parts, and you take it, and it's just, once you take that off, you're like this, just start all over again. Okay? All right, so now we have our demi-plie pattern. So we have 1, it's demi-plie roll up, 3, 4, 5, roll up all the way up, and 6, you're on point, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, finish each move, 5, and 6. What are we thinking? We're thinking about here. We're thinking about our core. 7, and what are we thinking? We're thinking we're squeezing our legs together and keeping those thighs lifted, front and back, squeezing. You do that 4 times. This is slow. 1, 2, 3. Start again. It's not that slow. 1 and 2. And finish the plie by lifting up. And 6, 7, and 8. Again, squeeze. 1 and 2, 3, Press those knees back over your middle toe. Press, press, press. One more set. Make sure the hands are soft. Those heels down. 6 and 8. Finish strong and fresh. Okay, we are ready for our point and flex. Point. We have worked hard on this lately to practice transferring the weight completely over from 2 feet to 1 foot. So we're even Steven here. And we tendu. And the weight on this foot, 75% on the ball of the foot. This has almost nothing on there. Okay? Remember, if you have a tall mirror, you should see that your head transfers like so. Keep those hips square in the process. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is demi-point, so you don't go on your platform. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and 1, 2. Keep that weight on the ball of the foot. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. So there's really no release in that whole pattern of lifting in your thighs. There's no plies. So keep thinking quads and hammies are lifting continuously, and keep breathing just normal. After we do 4, with our hands on the bar, we go ahead and take those hands on the hips. 2, 3. Okay. Excuse me. Here we go. Tendu flex. Tall thighs. Repeat that. Get ready to take the hands off the bar on the hips. Up. Flex. Right and left. Up. 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 All right, I'm sure that was good. You really made a lot of improvement recently on that specific pattern. Okay, we are ready for our most complicated bar pattern. We're ready for the tendu fifth on qua with the releve fifth. So as usual, I want you to practice just the releves. Let's take 4 with the right foot. And as a reminder, you go through the feet when you come down. Through the feet. So you need to see a break in that shoe where the ball comes, then the heel. So right foot, 4 releves, and 1, 2, through the feet, 3, sure that back foot is coming underneath you. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So as a reminder, I don't think we've ever made it through this pattern yet without a slip up. So you have front, go straight, front, plie, 2 relevés. The first one to the side, goes back to where it came from, then changes on the second one. Back, make sure it's right behind your shoulder. And then the second time we do the side, the first one closes front, second closes back. And then this way you're able to repeat it on the left side. So both of your first side tendus, because remember this is on qua. So we do a front, we do a side, we do a back, and then a side. Both of your first side tendus, first time, doesn't change, closes back to the front. Second time, it changes, but it also closes front. So I think that should help get just that piece correct. And then, of course, like I said, after you do the en croix on the right, you start the whole left side, where the first tendu to the side is going to close front, second one close back, you do the back. First tendu to the side to finish the pattern of a cross, closes front as well. All right, here we go. And front, plie, up tight through the feet, up. Here's our first tendu side, close front, plie, up, 3, up, do the back, plie. First tendu, close front again, plie. Left side. Both feet meet. Side close front. And back. Tight. Side to the front. And finish strong. I would recommend that you did that again, but you can just go back and get to the beginning, okay? I hope the pattern is starting to flow better for you. So, okay, let's keep going. Okay, here is our échappé and relevé fifth. We've already practiced our relevés. We did it before that last pattern. So let's just warm up before we do this with échappés. Just even and out in. And remember your échappé in point is narrow. So let's do 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to go through the feet and watch that after you spring out, that this doesn't happen or this. Okay, so you can practice this little exercise, pushing off the metatarsals without bending the knees or collapsing the ankles. Ooh, push off those toes. Okay, so the pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 6, hold 7. We came from the right foot front, so the left foot closes. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 6, hold 7, 8. Now we're starting the whole pattern on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 6, hold 7, like the front 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 6, hold 7, hold 8. So the hold gives your feet on point a chance to make sure that those points are fully stretched. Remember the fist visual underneath your arch. Okay. It also gives you an opportunity to make sure that you're holding your body parts correctly. So take advantage of that hold. All right, here we go. One. So obviously I don't have point shoes on, so I went a little too wide to remind myself to make it more narrow. Five, hold 6, hold 7, 8, releve. 5, hold 6, hold 7, échappé. 6, 7. 6, 7, 8, and finish. So as you know, my philosophy is not lots of repetition just for repetition's sake, is to make sure that what you're executing is being done well. So you can be your own judge. If you feel like those first 2 sets, right and left, are good enough, you can keep going. So I think right now, let's just do it again. Well, let's go ahead and try the 4 sets. So at least you have that ability to keep going, okay? Six, 7, breathe. Not too wide. Tight. And get that back heel down. and finish. Now that's a workout.
Yes, it is.
All right. Stretch out those calves. Okay, so to keep that egg chapeau fresh in our body, we're gonna do them center. Okay, so I'm just going to face you. Yes, this is a problem for me. Let me move ahead of it. There we go. So what you're going to do, and this is a fairly newish challenge for you. So I really only want you to do right side, left side. So you have, you can't see my feet, so let me go back here. I'm gonna move this and do it with my back to you. So what we're doing is one échappé changé and one relevé fit. Échappé, up and down. So just depending on how it feels, you know, are you getting up on that platform? You could actually do those just with the chair or the counter, whatever you're using, for a little while. But I would like to give you a goal to do 4. So that would be 8 springs altogether. And again, you can take it, I'll put this back, you can take it with the chair and then try it without. Without the chair, your arms are going to do demi-second and then fifth. Down. Demi-second, fifth. Down. Okay? All right. So, let me give you some music for that. And I think I'll just use the same track. So we're going to do this, I'm going to do it with the chair, and you can practice it that way and then go back, use the same music, or not even with music, and do it without the chair with those arms. I'm a little bit compromised because of this, but okay, let's do it facing you. Oops. Up. And that would be it. And then you can use that music also for center. Okay, we have one more thing stationary at the bar, which is our bourrée. And then hopefully you have a long enough counter to practice your piqué side. But let's do the bourrée first. So right foot front, you releve 1, hold 2, bourrée 3, 4, 5, squeeze 6, 7, through the feet, watch that back heel, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? With music, 4 times. One, two, three. I don't remember that being that fast. Let me see something. Oh. Sorry. Okay, so I definitely like that track better. So it's more like 1, hold, 2, and 3, 4, 5, stop. Yeah. Mila, would you turn my phone off?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so let's start at that all over again at a slower tempo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Much better. Through the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let those knees ripple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Much better. Please remember to think about going through your feet. As a reminder, the better plie you have, the easier it is to propel back up into a spring or a jump. Okay, so going to be a little challenge with the PK. I'm just going to go through the technique, give you the strong pointers to think of, and then remind you of the common mistakes that you have to remember, okay, to be aware of, okay? So when you do your PK, okay, we're taking it right foot front, okay? Your legs are straight, and you take that dégagé, lift up, okay? It's that plie. So this is more challenging for every beginning point student, because up until this point, you've been springing 2 feet to 2 feet. This is your first 1 plie to 1 foot. So we've been working on this, and we've been doing great. That's the plie, right here. So I just want you to look down like I am and make sure that your plie isn't doing something like that, which it likes to at first, okay? So let me just do it again this way. So I'm thinking inside of my thigh, down to my knee, is pressing back, like every good plie should do. So you have either way. You have here from a good plie, we know that, and I'm going to call it pose PK. We know that a pose, wherever our leg is extended, the pose is going to go right beyond that. So a PK, pose PK, does not do this. Okay? It's like someone's right here and they push you just beyond where your toes are. Here's my toe, there's my pose. Okay? So, knee over, and pose. So, it's just a beautiful, dainty, graceful pose. Our position of the foot in the back is sur le coude. Inside of your heel has Velcro. Your calf has the other piece. There it is. It attaches. So again, you can do this traveling down a counter. It's worth doing just one correctly. So right here, you can line up 2 chairs and up. And there's that foot that has to do a plie. And up. And then down again. So let's just go over the left side. So this is the plie. This is what's gonna either get you up correctly or it's just not, okay? So I want you to look down and I want you to analyze your plie. Make sure your knee is over your middle toes. None of this stuff, okay? So you have, this is dégagé, comes off the floor just a little bit. And we're going to go right beyond that, up and down. Here's number 2. You still see me? And right beyond that, up and down. Okay? So make sure that you practice those. This is finishing out the class. And again, if you have that counter, I'm actually noticing a white table we have folded up, even something like that would work opened up. So it's been fun. I miss you all. Happy practicing.